Today I'm going to be reviewing 1635, A Parcel of Rogues. Now, to explain, this is one of many sequels to a book called 1632. And the premise of the book was that a small town in West Virginia got transported back in time and plopped down in the middle of Germany in 1632. And so you had Americans running rampant, inflicting American justice onto and democracy onto the 30 Years' War in Germany. And it was a really good book with lots of interesting characters. But then there were sequels, and in the sequels, they split up all the interesting characters that were established in the first book. And they did establish some new characters that weren't as interesting as the old ones. But two of the characters that disappeared after that were a couple, Alexander and Julie Mackay. Alexander Mackay was a Scottish cavalry officer serving the King of Sweden in the first book. And he met Julie Sims, and they got married. And Julie Sims was a biathlete. She was training for the Olympics in the biathlon, which is cross-country skiing and shooting. And she was a sharpshooter, a really good sharpshooter with a really good rifle with a scope. And so she could hit things that the people from the past thought were out of range. And so she and her husband went back to Scotland after the first book and were never seen again until this book. So I was really looking forward to seeing what happened to Alex and Julie. And I didn't like it. It sounds awesome. These two characters are really great characters. And in the beginning of the book, they had broken Oliver Cromwell out of jail. So they were going cross-country, dodging the law with Oliver Cromwell in tow. Sounds like an awesome story, doesn't it? But somehow they managed to screw it up and make it really boring. And for the big finale, they made the scope on Julie's rifle break. So they took away some of her superpowers. She's still a great shot. She was still able to make some amazing shots, but I have to give this book a negative review, that it was a disappointment after so long, after so many other sequels that didn't focus on Alex and Julie. When we finally get to see them, I was so disappointed that it took me 2 years to read this book because I stopped in the middle. It was not exciting at all, the pacing. It was boring, and it did pick up near the end, but it just wasn't what I was hoping for.